Selamlar millet. Pederin yerine vaazı biz vereceğiz bugün. Tabii sarhoş. Hadi bakalım. Kusura bakmayın, dün elektrikler yoktu, çekemedim video. Bugün de nasipmiş artık. Bizimki nasıl gülüyor?
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabilis a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that
Adam kusacak yalnız ha.
at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where by the grace of God was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Haydi. Önce hangisi kısacak merak ediyorum. Hadi.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
Just as we are commanded to obey the priests in matters of virtue, so are we commanded to defy them face to face if they live contrary to God's commandments.
Hear that, Godwin?
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, humans, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every
Oğlum bayağı vaaz veriyorum lan.
They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame, shame upon them.
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They played dice and garbed their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the pullets! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled
Godwin'e
with
sahip
righteous
çıkalım.
wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye, all honor to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Yalana bak. Oha. Yalanın dibine vurduk. Biraz Godwin'in hoşuna gidecek bu ya. Abi çok fena yaptık.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that hus.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm
silver
glad he
tongue.
came here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, and he told it nicely.
Çok pis çaktı.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin,
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubos tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day?
Bizim asıl
Who
olayımız
was
bu.
with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you,
Well, now Lubos came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
fell out.
Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that it was a murder, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pious. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. Anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki.
Abi saçma ya.
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Abi kral adammış yalnız papaz ha. Makara. Papaz efendi. Haydi bakalım. Abi sarhoş vaaz verdik ya, böyle bir şey olamaz. Yemin ediyorum böyle bir şey olamaz ya. Abi para mı ödememiz gerek? Kokunun peşinde. The fuck? Bunun peşinde?
Hey you!
Aha tamam dur ödeyeyim paramı.
You're under arrest for breaking the law.
Abi?
All right, you win. I surrender.
What?
God, do they think they are greater in the eyes of God than the poor fisherman who lives without sin?
Abi, bir şey soracağım, ne oldu annem burada? Adam niye silahını bıraktı? Çaktırmadan al şunu, kaç kaç kaç. Şimdi nereye gidiyoruz abi? Let's go. Let's go. Evet abi, buraya doğru uçalım. Yavaştan. Evet, yavaştan takatimiz kalmadı. Besin değerimiz düşüyor. Uyumamız lazım. Ve yemek yememiz lazım. Bulduğumuz... Tamberg'den geçtik şu an. Bulduğumuz tencerelerde yemek yiyeceğiz. Aha, yolda saldırı var. Uzak dur abi. Bizi ilgilendirmiyor. Başkasına saldırıyorlar. Yolda ceset var. Dur bakalım. Dur bakalım. Neymiş? Yolda ceset oluyorsa genelde o sen yaptın falan diye çıkıyorlar ama.
Probably the murder weapon.
Vay. Ne yapmışlar lan öyle? Vay. Aha.
What are you doing, you murderer?
What on earth are you talking about?
I saw you robbing the corpse.
I was looking for signs of life to see if I could help.
Uh-huh. And could you?
Unfortunately, not anymore.
All right. I suppose you're not the guilty one after all.
I'm glad you saw sense. And what exactly were you doing here, anyway?
What are you getting at?
I found your weapon not far from here.
It's not my weapon, and you can't prove that it is.
It'll be easier for you if you confess.
All right then. I did it. Didn't want to kill her. Just wanted to have a bit of fun. She pulled a knife.
Haydi. Adam katil çıktı.
This is how it ended.
İtiraf etti.
Don't tell anyone, you know? And you won't regret it.
Forget it. I won't be bribed.
Oğlum kaçamazsın. Adaletten kaçamazsın. Adaletten kaçamaz. Adaletten kaçırtmam seni. Oh, çalarım üstündeki lira. Abi niye bunları giymiyorum bu arada? Kirlenmiş eşyalar ya. Silahımız ne durumda? Kanlı. Bakalım. Ne kadar kanlı? Oo, biraz kanlı. Bir aslında yıkansak güzel olur ya. Çünkü bu şekilde insanlar sıkıntı çıkartabiliyor bazen. Şöyle gidelim. Tamam. Geçtik artık onu. Aynı cesedi gösteriyor. Bizim burada araştırmamız gereken şey neydi? Bu fenetin izini bul. Ne oldu lan? At, sakin ol. Saat kaç? 4. Kapatmış olabilirler ya. Genelde erken kapatıyorlar. Bakalım soralım sağa sola.
I'm looking for someone they call Riki.
Jesus. Who wouldn't know Hinek?
Hinek?
That's his real name. I doubt he likes his nickname much.
No, I don't suppose he would. Where would I find him?
Try his folks' house, if you have the nerves for it. The old tanner's a grouchy sod.
Why do they call him Riki anyway?
Why do you think? Because he's a tanner, of course.
What can you
Tabakçı
tell me
dediği
about Hinek?
deri soyan,
What can I tell you?
yani hayvan derisini
He's
çıkartan
far
adam.
too popular. No one cares
Deri
to talk
işleyen
to him.
falan filan.
Why not?
Well, I'm not one to gossip, but I heard he keeps bad company.
What's the tanner like? Hinek's father.
The less I see of him, the better. He's not exactly sparkling company.
So why don't people like him?
The old tanner's not an easy man, but a son should never let his father down. Hinek does nothing to help. He's always far too busy with his own affairs, though I wouldn't like to say what those are.
And does no one at all talk to him?
That harlot Adela hangs around with him, of course.
Harlot?
She works as a bathhouse wench. Same thing.
Allah Allah. Allah ne açık sözlüymüş ya. Gidelim bakalım. Yürüyerek gidersek bir şey fark eder mi? Abi ilk önce şu görüştüğü bir kadınla konuşalım. Bakalım neymiş derdi. Arı. Şu bu mu? Ah.
I heard you've been seeing Hinek, the tanner's son.
So what? Come to preach at me, have you? That I'm a loose woman, a sinner, that I seduce decent men?
God, no, nothing like that. It's just that you're the only one in the village who sees Hinek, so I came to ask you about him.
Aye, I've seen him often enough, but I don't know what I could tell you about him.
Where can I find Hinek?
I haven't seen him in the village for a few days. He must have run off to the woods again.
Does he do that often?
From time to time.
What the hell does he get up to there?
Allah Allah.
I don't know.
Look, Hinek's my friend, and I really need to know where he is and what he's doing.
But I already told you I don't know where he's got to.
So I suppose he just goes to the woods to pick mushrooms, does he?
Mushrooms, no. More like hares or other game.
So Hinek is a poacher? That's no surprise.
Well, he was never much of one for an honest trade.
Vay kaçak bir
I know
avcı.
exactly where he goes. Maybe he has some favourite spot he might have told you about?
He said he has some hideout in the woods, but he didn't tell me where.
I need to know more about that hideout.
I really don't know where it is. I only know when he came back, he usually came to see me.
I see. Do you know who he sold it to?
He never told me straight up. But who could he sell it to? The innkeeper, I reckon. It makes sense.
For sure.
Aynen bir innkeeper'la bir görüşmek lazım.
Do you know what route he took? At least the general direction. Anything that could help me find his hideout.
I think he usually went through the woodcutter's camp, 'cause he always brought me freshly chopped firewood, and he had wood chips on his boots.
Good. So at least I know where to start.
Tamam abi güzel. Güzel çok güzel bilgiler aldık. Babasına gidip bir konuşalım. Yemin ediyorum şey gibi oldu ha. Müge Anlı gibi hissediyorum şu an kendimi. Adam var ya. Vallahi bir orta çağda Müge Anlı. Nerede bunun babası? Şu mu? Hakikaten babası. Oha!
I'm looking for a fellow called Riki. Have you ever heard of him?
Sure. Why wouldn't I? That's what they call my son, Hinek.
Ah, you wouldn't happen to know where he is, would you?
I don't know nothing.
Don't you at least know where he usually goes? It's important.
Hinek shows up at home once in a blue moon, so I don't know nothing about where he gets to. Even if I did, why would I tell every Tom, Dick and Harry?
Watch your tongue, peasant. I'm an envoy of Sir Radzig Kobyla, and this is an official investigation. Stop trying to put me off, and tell me where your son is right now.
I apologize if I offended you, young man. Still, I don't know where Hinek is.
Adam olacaksın ulan.
But then he vanished again in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went? What?
Look, it's been clear to me for a long time that my boy was headed for the gallows. But I'm still his father, right? And you can't expect me to rat on my own son.
If you value your son's life at all, you better pray I find him, because I'm not the only one looking for him.
That's no surprise. But what of it? If you're here on behalf of Sir Radzig, there's nothing waiting for Hinek but the gibbet.
That's for Sir Radzig to judge. But even if it's true, I'm sure Hinek would rather hang than fall into the hands of those savages.
I can't say you put my mind at ease. But to hell with it. I'll tell you what I know. All right. He was here a few days ago, but he left right away. He looked like he was in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea, but I don't know where it is exactly.
I don't follow.
Hinek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me a few times about what a great hideout he found in the woods, but he never told me where it is.
Well, it's not much to go on, but it's better than nothing. Thank you.
Tamam abi, nerede olduğunu biliyoruz zaten. İnin. Aşağı yukarı. Güzel. Güzel. Güzel. Şu D neydi abi? Evin D yönlendiriyor. Oduncu kampı. C'de ne var? Hah, şu gidip kaçak et sattığı yere bir bakalım. Radzig? Sen kimsin?
Jesus Christ be praised.
What's with the targets?
I notice you're asking questions. Are you the...
No, I'm Henry, of Scales.
From Scales? I'm Vatsek, from here. Why are you so curious about the targets?
It's just that I sometimes try my hand at archery too.
Try your hand, do you? I know plenty who do. When you can score as high as me...
I've got no idea.
Never played Chumps? Chumps is a game...
So...
Ya sal ya, uyumuş. Tamam, başka zaman şimdi uğraşamam seninle. Ben niye hiç ok almıyorum elime ya? Daha iyi avcı oku. Tamam. Oo. Güzel. Silahın yerine koyar mısın Yavrucuğum? Ha. Teşekkür ederim. Şu innkeeper sanırım barman olarak geçiyor. Konuşalım bakalım, hancı. Barman değil de hancı. Konuşalım bakalım neymiş derdi.
I want to ask about the courier's son, Hinek.
But ask someone else. I have nothing to do with Riki. He'd only drive my customers away.
Really? I heard a different story. I heard the two of you do business together.
Who are you, anyway?
A friend of Hinek's. He's gone missing and I need to find him.
I don't know where he is. But if you find the bastard, tell him he still owes me some goods.
I don't give a damn what deals you've been doing together. I won't tell anyone. I just need to know where Riki is. It's urgent.
What have our deals got to do with where he disappeared to?
More than you think. It's likely Riki is hiding out at his poaching lair. And believe me, it wasn't hard to find out who was buying game from him, and it's even easier to go to the castle and tell them. Poaching's a crime, after all.
All right, all right. Your word of honor, you won't tell anyone about our deal.
You have my word.
Fine. So, what do you want to know?
I hear Hinek has a hideout in the woods he uses for hunting game. Do you know where it is?
Not exactly. That is... I don't know where it is at all.
But...
İyiymiş ya.
No, it's a dark place. A cave or an old mine shaft.
How do you know that?
Whenever Riki was going poaching, he always came to me first for candles and lamp oil. He brought the game skinned and gutted, so I have a light for that.
And do you know of any mine shafts nearby?
There's a few of them around. There's one on the opposite bank, a short way off the path leading from the forge to the west. Then there's a mine gallery to the east of the village, up in the woods above the cliffs. And I heard there's one shaft on the headland close to the water.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Watch you don't break your neck, though. It's rough ground, and you could easily fall down a shaft.
Okay.
Hey! Lord almighty!
So no one else tried.
Şimdi. Bizim yani bu taraflarda olduğunu varsayıyorum. Çünkü oduncu kampı burada. Yani şurada olma ihtimali yok. Bence. Ya da şurada. Neymiş? O başka bir şey. Yani yüksek ihtimal herif burada. Bence oraya gidelim. Ama ne zaman gidelim? Bir sonraki bölümde gidelim. Benden bugünlük bu kadar. Kendinize iyi bakın. Bu arada birkaç şey söyleyeceğim. Bir video daha çekecektim bugün. Fakat çekemiyorum çünkü oyunla ilgili bir sıkıntı varmış. Çekemiyoruz yani. Maalesef. Yani benim kayıt aldığım program çekmeme müsaade etmiyor. Battle Brothers diye bir oyun. Yüksek ihtimal çekemeyeceğim oyunu. O yüzden kusura bakmayın. İsteyenler vardı çünkü. Nerede görüşürüz? Elemanı bulduğumuzda görüşürüz. Kendinize çok çok iyi bakın. Hoşça kalın.